GGRC.
Have you guys ever wanted to be the little town hero? I know some of you out there have got to have that fantasy to just be like, you know, the big dog on campus, right? I saved this town from a gigantic monster. Well, you can do that now on the Switch with Little Town Hero. You can be that. Guys, welcome to another QuickSave Review with me, RC, here. If you haven't watched before, usually what I do with the QuickSave Reviews, I played through a bit of a game, enough to form an opinion and tell you guys my thoughts on the game so far. So here we are with Little Town Hero. This is a game that was announced earlier this year, and it is an interesting little game because when it was further unveiled, I think on a direct... or further revealed, I guess I should say, last month on another Nintendo Direct, they showed just what kind of RPG it is. Now, people were really pining after this game because this is a Game Freak game. The guys who are responsible for developing the majority of the Pokemon series, right? So, hey, when they're doing a separate, RPG, it's something to talk about, I think, right? And it's not so much that it's not, but I would say I'm a little tepid on this game going into it. I don't think it's bad. I really don't. But one of the big things with this game immediately is I feel like the characters are pretty forgettable. And for an RPG to have forgettable characters, I feel like is kind of a big deal. I mean, maybe you guys feel differently. I don't know, maybe you're just more interested in the gameplay mechanics and that kind of thing. But in this game, he plays a little red-haired guy here named Axe, and he has his friends here, Nels, and his little green-haired guy over here is sort of his nemesis, and I forget his name. I know they just showed it on screen, but whatever. Again, forgettable names and everything. So yeah, you play in this little town here as Axe. This is Axe. As you can tell, it looks and feels very much like a, open-world Pokemon game, but it is very much not Pokemon. This is not traditional RPG stuff here. And unfortunately I was not paying attention, so I'm not sure what we need to do. Let's talk to our friends here one more time. Wonder what the minister is like. I wonder. Maddock. That's your nemesis' name. You're sort of back and forth with this kid. This kid really wants to show you up, but you just killed a monster in town and showed him up big time, so he's kind of lower on the rung, we would say here. See, he even says, like, the monster really wasn't a big deal. Let's see here, though. So I'm still sort of, like, learning this game here. And I think once we get to the battles here, you guys are going to understand whether this is going to be a game you'll want to play or not. It says the minister is here, so we got to go talk to the minister. Let's go find out where this guy could be. This game is not usually super specific about what you need to do and what you don't need to do. It will tell you, like, hey, you're going the wrong way if you're doing this one thing. And that I think that was because I was playing during the tutorial. But nowadays, with this game, or at least now that I moved on to Chapter 2, I could definitely tell that the game is not very good at telling me where to go, what to do. It really needs more of a map, to kind of show it. Maybe I'm missing that. Maybe I haven't had a chance to explore that yet. We'll see just a second here. But anyway, this is Angard. Angard is the guy who is training you to take out monsters. Axe wants very much to leave this town and go take out monsters and have adventures outside this town. His whole life, basically, he has been basically trapped in this village. The law of the village is you cannot leave, which is pretty crazy, right? So yeah, anyway, Angard and you have this promise going back and forth, and the one thing about Axe that I have noticed, even though he's kind of a character that I said is a little bit forgetful, I mean that both literally and figuratively, because he seems to forget a lot of the things that the characters tell him throughout the game, which is kind of funny. Anyway, he says, you promised you'd report to the people from the castle I defeated the monster. So this guy, Angard, is trying to take the credit that you actually, you took out the monster. And he says, well, you don't have to do that anymore. He says, yes, I asked you to do so because I didn't think they existed, but they do, and you're the one that defeated it. So this town hasn't even seen monsters up until this point, which is kind of wild. And he's saying, yeah, it's kind of dishonest to take somebody else's credit, blah, blah, blah. So as a reward for beating the monster, you think they'll let me be a soldier? I think it's too soon to get your hopes up. So Axe wants nothing more than to become a soldier, leave this town, and, have some adventures, as we were talking about. But it's what he wants most in life. Alright, so I gotta go talk to somebody who's by the shops. Not only was I injured by a child, but you ended up completing my mission as well. Yeah, beforehand, Angard was saying he's coming off as kind of like a drunk and a coward, which is really weird. You catch him at a bar drinking at one point, but you end up sparring with him and injuring his back, and that's what he says as an excuse that he can't fight the monster, and that's why you end up taking out the monster. He's the one character that is, like, I think pretty standout. Always having like some kind of a cowardly guard who doesn't live up to his reputation is always funny. All right. He said there was somebody by the shops to talk to. Oh man, I'm never the biggest fan of this in RPGs when they like kind of close off a certain area. Like, we should be able to just kind of fall down, right? Yeah, let's explore our options real quick. So yeah, you got quests, you got travel. Under travel, you can pick different places to go to. He works at the coal mines. It's the only place I've actually fast traveled to so far. You gotta work at the coal mines to make sure that you're making money for your mom, because, you know, mom is a only parent, and it's tough keeping a little boy fed when you're the only parent, right? You see the icon on top of the little girl's head. She has a quest for you. A quest, quote unquote. 2 types of quests in the game. The red icons are your main ones. Blue icons are sub-quests. You do get a nice reward if you do a side quest. Alright, we'll at least talk to her and see how it's going here. The dialogue in this game, besides like the stuff that comes from Angard or whatever, is also like not super exciting, I would say. Let's see, the general store. It's Mrs. Taylor's shop. Do you want me to go with you? You'll come with me? Sure, it's no big deal. So like, your quest on this one is to escort this girl to a shop, I guess. So this game has a very cutesy presentation to it, which is not a bad thing, right? I'm not ever like someone to shoo away like games that come off as cute, right? Oh, and then there's like another sub quest. Wow, there's several of them around. My goal here is to get at least into some sort of a fight, so that way you guys can see how the fighting works in this game. Here's the town here. Pretty cool little town. It's got a nice look to it. I like it. I like the cel-shaded look of the game as well. It's one thing I haven't talked about yet is the art style. The art style is pretty nice. Those of you out there who may not be super into anime or anything like that, it's totally fine, because I'm not normally either. Oh, look, there's a mousetrap. Can I step on it? Oh, I thought I'd get my toe or something. But this doesn't really bother me. It's got kind of a cutesy, you know, Pokemon type of look to it. I like the colorful look. Kind of reminds me of like PS2 or GameCube era, the way it controls and looks and everything like that. I thought she was going to follow me to the shops here. Why is this not happening? You gotta take me there someday. We're not going to go now? Okay. So if we go to our menu and go to quests, we should be able to see this one, right? Little girl's wish. Okay, so you completed it by just promising you'd go someday? Interesting. Alright, let's see if we can get ourselves into a battle. Here we go, here's the main quest here. So they just introduced these 2 interesting, weird little characters here. One looks like some kind of animal hybrid character or something. Can't let you pass, road is closed for now. Come on, let us through. We're the ones that beat the monster, we want to tell the minister. You're the kid that tried to sneak into the castle, aren't you? Well, we're not falling for it this time. Now go home. So at the very beginning of the game, Axe actually tried to sneak into the castle, so that way he would demand, hey, make me a soldier. As if that would work, right? We persistently told the soldier that we were the ones that beat the monster over and over. Alright, stop it already. I don't care how many times you say I'm not letting you by. Darn it, yelling at a bunch of children, I should have known that would have made me hungry. Oh boy. He wants to eat the kids, I think. Alright, so we need a plan to get through. Go talk to the people around, gather some information. Once you come up with a plan, come back and let me know. Alright, so I guess we gotta go around and talk to people? You don't have a plan yet, do you, Axe? Yep, I can see on your face. Maybe you should talk to more people for inspiration. Alright. So this game is all about inspiration and ideas and that kind of thing. Like, the whole battle system is based on ideas. I guess we'll listen to this guy's story. By listen, we'll just kind of breeze through it here because I don't care all that much. But even when you're talking to characters, you get quests where they're like, hey, can you repeat, like one of the quests was when we went to the coal mines to work, the guy was like, hey, before I can let you work today, you have to recite to me the 3 rules of mining. So you have to go talk to all the guys who work at the mine because you can't remember the rules. So you do that, and then you give them the rules, and then I was like, oh, they're going to go into some kind of a mining minigame or something, right? Nope, they just bypass all that, you tell him the rules, and then you go back home. So it's like, it's really just all about this dialogue and stuff, and like I said, I don't find the dialogue to be especially interesting or great. I'm finding myself already clicking through stuff because I don't care to learn any more about this stuff, you know what I mean? I want to see if that actually counted as a side quest. Okay, so it was a side quest, so that's funny. All you had to do was listen to that guy talk, and that was the sub quest. I keep calling them side quests, they want to call them sub quests. Whatever. Alright, let's talk to this girl. Hear a cat meowing around here, but I can't see it. Fair enough. These planks look easy for a child to climb. Ah, to be youthful again, climbing planks. Okay. There's been a cute stray cat wandering around this area lately. A stray cat. Yeah, I want to pet it, so I got some cat food to lure it out. Using cat food as bait to lure it out. Sounds like a plan. Hope it comes out soon. Luring a cat out with food. Or if that kind of plan might work somewhere else. Learn the keyword cat food and lure. So, see, we're learning keywords. We're piecing the idea together for the quest, what we got to do to lure that guy away. It would seem as though we probably need to get some food. It smells like flowers all of a sudden. That we need to get some food and lure that guy away from his post, so that way we can go talk to the minister here. Maybe I can use smell as part of my plan. There you go, smell. So, not going to go up there. I'm assuming this guy won't let us through. No, he will. Okay. I thought he was going to be like, hey, you can't go through here. They like to do a bit of gatekeeping in this, at least so far they have. I hope you're not on your way to sneak in the castle again. Well, even if I was, what are you going to do about it? Let's go into the tavern. Talk to a couple guys here, see what we can find out. Stiff drink after work is the best in the world. You're too young to be going in the tavern. Okay, that was unhelpful. So, as you can see, like I was saying, like if we look in here, there's travel, but there's no real map or anything to show you where to go, what to do, who to talk to. They're like, yeah, you should just kind of ask around and see what you got to do. And to be like, you know, in 2019, that's just kind of a weird approach, you know, to not give us a little bit more. Okay, they sell 7 different types of cheese. Hi, Pasmina here for some cheese. Hi, X, not today. Came to discuss a few matters about our milk. Looks like the farm is keeping you busy. Okay, so that wasn't helpful. And so, yeah, because of that, I'm not really into the way these quests are structured. It's just kind of like, yeah, run around and talk to random people, like, and see if you can gather enough stuff to talk about. I don't know. We've gathered some ideas here. Let's go talk to this little kid over here. I don't think we talked to him yet. We'll go talk to our friend and see if we even have enough stuff to talk to him about. Alright, so he is talking about some kind of curry-ket, is that what he said? Yeah, when you're hungry, they're irresistible. Alright, so that might have been all we needed. Dazit, I think I got a good idea. I've got to get back to Nels. Okay, so at least he gives you a clue as to, like, when you're done with a quest. Whoa, Axe. You've got a plan, don't you? I can see it on your face. Let me hear it. Alright, we lure the soldier. Okay, I guess we'll start with the curry-ket then. Why curry-kets? Smells good, I guess. What about it? We can lure him. Of course, so we lure the soldier away using the smell of curry-kets. Good thinking, curry-kets are irresistible. Let's go buy some. So there you go, we progressed in the quest. So, like I said, not the most, you know, thrilling thing to be doing. And I think it's really weird to just like say randomly, hey, go talk to random people and figure out, you know, and figure it out on your own. Figure out who you got to talk to on your own. Luckily, it seemed like everybody was like right in the same area there, so it wasn't too big a deal, but it's just weird. Enjoy. Okay. Those do look pretty good, though, I gotta say. I'd definitely go for one of those right now. Yeah, let's dig in. Munch, munch. That was tasty. Yeah, super tasty. I wonder why they're so good. Because I'm using Mother's secret recipe with my country's traditional spices. Your country, Mr. Curry? Are you from a different village? Originally, yes. But when I was little, my country went to war. So we were forced to run away. On our travels, we found that castle, and we live here now. My old country is long gone. Sounds really tough. Well, I was so small, I don't even remember much of that time anymore, but Mother always told us we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the king of the castle. Well, isn't that nice? You'd never be able to tell these two apart. Yeah, they're the same character model. These come again. Alright, so we gotta put our plan into action here, right? Try to lure this guy. I'll even pay you for it. Let me through and I'll give you the whole thing. Can't go against my orders. Please and beg you to torture a hungry soldier. It's funny, I just ate one, but I'm already hungry again. Guess I'll just eat this one too. Alright, I shall go and buy one for myself once my job is done. Yeah, if they have any left by then, this is the time of the day they usually sell out. Oh man, he's really playing it up here. This is working out. Sworn duty not to let people through here. I know that, but just remember emergency, blah, blah, blah. It's really, you look like an honest, smart young man, fit for the job. Please, won't you stand guard and keep people from passing through? It won't take long. Sure, leave it to me. I'm in your debt, young man. Okay, great. Just one thing. Whatever you do, do not go down the path. Okay. Yeah, as if that's going to happen, right? See ya. Okay, guys, fast forward about 10 minutes later, we'll say, and it looks like we have finally gotten to the point where we're going to do a fight here. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's with a cool monster or anything like that. It looks like it's going to be with his rival, Maddock here. So let's see how this goes. You right? Let's fight. This will at least give you guys an idea of what to expect with the fights in this game here. So at this point, guys, I would say I'm probably at about an hour and a half into this game so far. And so far there have been, this would be the third big fight. Fights in this are sparse, okay? As if you couldn't tell already, right? So fights are sparse, and they take a long time. They really do. So you see we're going against Maddock here, and basically what you have here are ideas. These bubbles that are surrounding you here that we can shift through, these are ideas. And the idea behind the ideas is that your ideas eventually come to fruition as an actual move. So for example, you know, you have these yellow ones which are for guarding, you have these red ones which are for attacking primarily, and you have these blue ones which do all kinds of different wild card things, which are actually pretty fun, and they change up the gameplay quite a bit. So there's a little bit of strategy to this, and we'll go over that as we go. But basically, you can use the yellow ones as many times as you want throughout one turn, where the red ones, you can only use them once. But you want to try to not use the red ones, because if you're able to break all of your opponent's ideas, then you'll get a chance turn, and then you'll be able to attack them. It's actually much more complicated than you might have thought from this like really cutesy RPG. So here, let's try to figure this out here. So right now we have 3 power gems. You can see in the bottom center there's a 3. That is our little red stone that he was talking about earlier. That red stone gives us power for us to use with these ideas. So you can see that this one takes 2... yeah, it takes 2 of the little, I don't know what you want to call them, stone points or whatever, POW points, to learn it. And then we have 1 left, which we could use on one of these. So, for example, we learned this one. And you want to use up all your POW points before you actually get into finishing, you know, your finishing your fight, or that turn. Because if you don't, then those are wasted points. So there we go. We just used an idea against him that broke his current idea, the Angry Punch. But because of that, that particular idea that he had actually gave him another idea. So right now, we could use this, again, this tough guard against this one. It still won't break ours, but it'll break his. And then we have one left. So if we do this, what this will do, this will break both of ours. As you can see here, it tells you it's going to break. And you compare the red number to the blue number. Obviously, the red number is attack. His 2 will take out my 1. My 1 will take out his 1. If we do that, that'll break both. And I still have a red left, which will bring up a chance turn here at the end of these duels. All break. We broke all of his stuff. Chance turn. So now I can use this throw against him, and we'll be able to take a heart off him. So the whole point of this fight is to take down his 3 hearts. There you have it. He's down to 2 hearts. And there you go. That's 1 turn. So you got to do that 3 times, but the turns could go forever. The very first fight that I did in this game, I actually lost because I wasn't quite getting the flow of it. But now that I get the flow of it... Oh man, he just did a bracelet which gave him +2 to everything. That's crazy. All right, so at the end, beginning of every turn, your stones reset, so we're back up to 3 again. So now we can pick which ones we want to get. If you hit X, you can see your headspace. These are all the ideas you have yet to use. But once you go through all of these ideas, you got to go to revive ideas. So the whole idea really behind this, no pun intended, is that, I mean, really, these are cards. This is a deck, and then when you're going up to revive ideas up here, you're just reshuffling the deck and going back through your cards. That's really all you're doing here. They just kind of gave it a fancy presentation. But the real question is, what do we want to do here? We need stuff that won't break immediately. And I'm not sure that we have that, so we might have to just go with this one and this one. So that one will break mine. We want to kind of break that one. So this one, yeah, I think we'll be okay. So if we break that with this one, let's do it. Okay, so that's broken. And now we'll go back to the yellow. So I'm making quick work of this guy here. So this practice here is not going well for him, for sure. And that's just because, like, I had just played 2 fights in a row, and I'm kind of hot on this now. Like, I understand how the fighting works. Hi, Sushi. You guys can hear my cat Sushi in the background as he enters the room. Hey, buddy. He's down to 1 heart. Now, the only part of this fight that you guys are not seeing that would be in a normal fight is that there's normally, they also have a game board setup. I don't know why they're not doing it here. I don't know why they decide, okay, you're just going to fight right here. But normally they let you actually walk around town. So there's a whole other step. After every single turn, you roll a die, and you basically can walk around town. And around town, there's going to be certain spaces you can land on that will help you. So for example, right now, if I hit L, it says it allows a random is-it to be changed to a does-it at 0 cost. By the way, the names for things, it just makes me laugh. These ideas are called is-its, and then when you use them, they're called does-its. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm not sure where they're getting this either. But what's really cool, though, is that he will basically make one of these cost 0. So if we go back here, we probably should go to this one. We'll go back to Nell's. We'll hit confirm. I know, Sush, I know. He dreams of food and then throws a light bulb. I don't know. I don't quite get it either. Apparently he went with pelt. I thought it was whichever one you had selected, but I guess not. So this pelt is actually really powerful. If you use it, it deals 1 damage to all enemy Dazits, and you gain 1 idea out of it too. So we might as well just use that right off the bat. That'll take out light blue, which is behind my webcam here, because that's only got 1. So let's use it. And then we still have 3 stones to use up, which is pretty cool. Let's see. So we got a red. What was firecracker? So why don't we? Yeah. So we'll use a blue here. Use a firecracker. That's gonna damage that. That's going to give us another idea, but we're not even going to need it. We just all braked in, and we're going to use another red. This was a very easy fight. I have not had a fight this easy, even during the tutorial level, where I just took the guy up, 3 down. That has not happened yet. So I don't know if I'm just getting good at this, or if this game is just going easy on me with this, like, really simple fight here. There is one other dynamic, too, to the game where what they do is they add in these guts points. So you have 3 hearts, but they add in 3-point guts points on top of each heart, too. So if you don't do enough damage to break through that, you can't hit the heart. The monster had that. So when I fought the monster, he actually had this other dynamic they call guts. That's why you'll see on some of the ideas or cards that it actually says, like, oh yeah, we'll take out, you know, an enemy's heart or guts if guts are there. Guts are basically a shield. That's basically what it is. So what they're doing is they're using a lot of the same old stuff that we've seen in RPGs for the longest time, but they're just using different lingo, different names and stuff. So, but yeah, there's a battle for you guys. It's a very light battle. Doesn't include some of the other stuff there, guys. But I feel like that's enough of Little Town Hero to give you an idea of what this game is all about. We still haven't left town yet, but really I feel like this game is going to be a take it or leave it for a lot of people. This is a game that features really cute art. It features a complex, somewhat complex card battle system that actually is more complex than what we even saw there, because, like I said, there's a couple other factors that are thrown in there that you didn't see right there, which is kind of cool, actually. It's weird that there's like a more difficult, card battling system here than you would have thought in this cute game. Dialogue is, like I said, not great. It's pretty forgettable. Characters, again, most of them pretty forgettable as well. But so far, if you are looking for a new RPG on the Switch, then this might be a good go-to for you. It's really interesting that they would release this right before Pokemon, though. Pokemon comes out in about a month. I think it's like 30 days away as of this coming out, or close to that. So it's weird that Game Freak would release this game a month before Pokemon, you know? Like, it's just a weird decision. You think this is something they would have released, I don't know, maybe next March or something like that, you know, when the Pokemon phase has died down just a little bit and they have a fresh start with something. I don't know. It seems like it's releasing late in the season to be competing with not only, you know, their own game Pokemon, but also all these other games that are coming out this season too. It's gonna be tough, I think. But I think you guys watching this video are gonna know if this is something for you based on this. You know, even the quests in this are not anything that I thought were that spectacular either. So I'm very kind of hem and haw on this game. I really wish there was a way to streamline it so I could just do the battles, because I don't really care that much about the story or the dialogue or the characters. I wish I could just move right into the battles, because the battles are cool. But anyway, guys, that's Little Town Hero. It's all right, you know. Like I said, I think you could judge here for yourself whether this is something for you or not. But like I said, for me, I'm kind of like this with it. But either way, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.